On getting Rex in the game, Spino is the classic Isle matchup because I hate Giga and refuse to accept his existence. Giganotosaurus, or Giganotosaurus, or Giganotosaurus, or Giganotosaurus, or Giganotosaurus was one of the coolest animals to ever walk the earth. Don't get me wrong. Having it in the game is fantastic, and if anything, my problems with it are more so a lack of care and passion for its design than the fact that it exists in the game. So when I say I don't like Giga, I mean that I don't like how Giga was treated in Legacy. Looking at Legacy's Giga, the most notable difference it had from Rex was its bleed. It didn't have Rex's bone break, but had a clear advantage in potential damage if left untreated. This is my least favorite thing about Giga. In my opinion, it's a lazy way of adding mechanic that Giga is known for in reality. Like most Carcharodontosaurs, Giga specialized in hunting large sauropods, and ripping off large pieces of them to eat instead of killing the prey. This was much safer for the Giga, and also meant that its prey could return later and serve as food once more. This would be an awesome mechanic in the Isle, and unfortunately neither Giga or Acro, as a close relative, had this trait. But we now have the concept art for Giga, and with the recent statements made by the devs, it is possible we will be getting an Apex soon. So I think this is a good time to bring this up. I think the Isles community, including me, is a little too negative sometimes, so I'd like to commend the devs on fixing something I'm very passionate about. Giga will now have the ability to flesh graze in EVRIMA, while maintaining its heavy bleed and hopefully good tracking capabilities. This is fantastic news, and although it isn't new, I'd like to brainstorm its relation to Rex as we come close to the release of both playables. I hope that the previous 50-50 matchup for Rex and Giga disappears. Rex is a heavier and more combative species than Giga, which tends to use its abilities as a way of avoiding a brawl rather than overpowering opponents like Rex does, which is great to me. It means that apex herbivores and carnivores can survive without either of them dying. Granted, the herbivores will have to live with a few scars, and the caveat to this easier lifestyle for Giga is a more difficult battle for power and land. Giga should not be able to 1v1 a Rex if the opponents are even somewhat matched, and there's nothing wrong with that. Giga and Rex should be able to coexist, with some territorial disputes of course, but without completely trying to replace each other and fight for the same niche. Gigas should be rather migratory and follow large herds of apex herbivores, while Rexes would most likely maintain some kind of hunting ground to catch animals that rival their own size. Rex and Giga are very different predators that do not have to just be all big and scary all the time. Peace between these massive dinos would be a nice change in my opinion, and I hope the devs really explore their unique niches and ensure that they can have them to themselves. Now, Acro on the other hand will have a harder time with this, and I'll leave it for another video. I also like the new design for Giga, and I think it's kind of a sidestep in terms of looks. It isn't too offensive, fits the EVRIMA style quite well, and resembles the real species. I don't prefer it over the old one, but I don't prefer the old one over this. So, well done guys. Both designs are great anyways. Overall, I'm optimistic that Giga will be a much better playable than it used to be, and will feel like its own animal instead of just a quirky Rex with annoying bleed. Anyways, that's all I've got for today. Gotta get sleep tonight, bro.